Good afternoon, Pokemon fans and Draft League players alike. This is Blazeman, and today I'm bringing you our Week 3 matchup of the LPDL, the Lillipup Draft League, or the Little Cup League as it's also known. So this week we're jumping into Week 3 here, and we are facing off against Orizon and his Arizona Cardinals, which is a fun name. And Orizon is a very good battler, definitely one of the better battlers in this league, and a very a well-renowned Little Cup player. He's been in a few Little Cup leagues I've seen over the years, so he's a good Little Cup player. He knows his stuff when it comes to Little Cup. So yeah, jumping into the team here, he has the Grookey, the Glimmet, the Terraformantis, the Squirtle, a Gibble, Greavyard, Spoink, Terramastive, Surskit and Magikarp. So looking at the matchup here, Grookey obviously is always a threat because Little Cup Grassy Surge does a lot of damage. Glimmet can be annoying because of its speed and its obviously amazing special attack stat, decent coverage, and its ability to set up all forms of hazards, and obviously passively setting up toxic spikes. Fermantis is an unseen hero sometimes, again due to its ability with Terra is good because obviously it gets superpower and Leaf Storm, so it can set up on both the physical and special side, and then it can run coverage if it needs to for anything that can switch into grass moves or any of its normal coverage. Squirtle again can be a plethora of mons it can be a plethora of steps such as its evolved form Blastoise. It can be a shell smash sweeper. It can be physically defensive, can be specially defensive, can be bulky, can just be like a scarf set with hydro pump or anything like that. So there's a lot of potential for Squirtle here, and it is a good mon into my team, or can be a good mon into my team. Next up we've got the Gibble. Again, Gibble's just a good mon. Dragon types are scary, especially when this mon gets ground coverage. Not many switch-ins to Little Cup at all. Offensive mon, SD Scale Shot, a lot of good options for this Gibble in this matchup, and it's just a great mon. Stealth Rocker, of course, gives him a great offensive wall breaker. Greavyard is a big problem for my team because it is so fat, because it gets fluffy, it gets Eviolite, and Ghost coverage does quite well into my team. So I'm expecting Greavyard to be a big threat and a big problem for my team here. Terramastive is a great mon, Choice Scarf mon, Stakeout of course, great ability, and then Intimidate also could be used as well. I do expect a Choice Scarf set here because it just does well into my team. And then Surskit, Magikarp, Spoink, all mons that have some utility, Magikarp less so, but all mons that I don't really expect in this matchup due to the nature of my team, but all mons that can be brought again if you need a bulky Psych type or a web set or just an offensive water type. So yeah, definitely a scary team from Orizon, so we're going to jump right into the team and we are going to see what we are bringing. So this week we are bringing double time the Doduo. We are rocking the Grassy Seed this week because I am hoping to come in on the Grookey, and we are Swords Dance, Quick Attack, Acrobatics and Knockoff. SD just does really well into this team. So yeah, SD does really well into this team. Flying moves also do really well. His only resist is the Glimmet, and of course we can knock that off. And then we have Quick Attack for the priority for any potential Scarf Mastiff could be switching in. And next up we have Pyro here, our Larvesta. We are Choice Scarf this week, rocking Terra Dragon with Dual Stab U-Turn as well as Terra Blast Dragon. Terra Blast Dragon just does well. It gives me a good way to be able to speed the Gibble after a Dragon Dance and pick it off. And again, Orizon doesn't have a natural fairy type on his team, so it gives me a good way to hit like Grookey, Glimmet, his whole team basically for good damage, unless he brings any Terra Fairies in his Terramons. But yeah, and then obviously Flare Blitz and U-Turn do well into his team. Leech Life well for a bit of recovery, especially if we can weaken the Greavyard because it does have Fluffy, so it'll be quite weak to fire. And then we have our Meowth here, just rocking a normal stat, Life Orb offensive, Fake Out U-Turn knockoff, just to do damage, to pressure his mons, revenge any potential Scarfers, any potential setup mons, and just click knockoff because knockoff into this team does so much damage. It does it to most weeks. Next up we have our first round pick, our Outlet here, our Elekid rocking the Mirror Herb. We are Thunderbolt, Ice Punch, Psychic, Volt Switch. I'm hoping to be able to bring this in on potentially mons going down, but also a potential Squirtle or Fermantis because I can copy their boost with the Mirror Herb and be able to do a lot of damage to this team. Once the Gibble goes down, Thunderbolt is free, and obviously I can hit Psychic into this team because it's pretty neutral, and I don't expect Mass Shift to be an offensive switch in. So I'm hoping Elekid can pick up a couple of kills here and prevent the setup from happening. Next up, we've got our two defensive pieces here. We've got Kenny, our Eviolite Tentacle rocking Sludge Wave Surf, Flip Turn, Rapid Spin. Dual Stab just does really well into this team. Flip Turn for momentum, and Rapid Spin, of course, to get rid of those, get rid of the hazards from Glimmet, because we are a good switch into Glimmet. We have clear body, so we're not taking any damage, any speed reduction from webs here. So hopefully we can do well. And then we've got our likely lead here. We've got Jumbo, our Q-Fan here, rocking Heavy Slam, Whirlwind, Stealth Rock, and Play Rough. Heavy Slam plus Play Rough just does really well into this team. And then we've got Stealth Rock in case we feel like getting up any rocks. And we've got Whirlwind just to make sure we don't get set up on by Fermantis. Yeah, so I will see you for the battle. We'll jump into it, and I will see you all there. Peace. So here we are for the battle, and we are challenging against Orizon. So as you can see, he does bring the Double Dog Claw, the Glimmet, the Grookey, the Gibble, and the Fermantis. Now seeing this, the only one I'm not surprised about, the only one I'm not absolutely 100% surprised that I don't see is the Squirtle. I didn't really expect any of the other mons, but I was surprised to not see Squirtle here because I think it does quite well into this matchup. So I'm actually going to lead off with my Q-Fan here because I think realistically Q-Fan is my best lead against potential Glimmet, potential Grookey, potential Fermantis. I don't expect any of the dogs to lead. And if he leads Gibble, then he has to choose either between getting at rocks or killing me, because if we do see the Gibble, which we do, I can click Play Rough here, because this thing is a potential threat and I cannot let it DD up for free, because I will Play Rough into the rough skin den, which will kill me, so I'll be able to bring in my Twist Scarf LARVESTA if it does go for the Dragon Dance and be able to remove this threat. But yeah, Gibble leading turn 1 was a big threat into me. Of course, ground types are always a slight issue, but we do see we just about perfectly calculatedly live that EQ from this mon, and we are going to connect the Play Rough. And like I said, Play Rough, we will go down to the rough skin damage there. So unfortunately, Q-Fan doesn't get other rocks, but it wasn't a massive issue. Rocks weren't amazing into this team because I can still get a lot of damage on this team here. I'm going to elect to go into my Elekid here because I can just Ice Punch, because Ice Punch covers pretty much everything. He has 2 grass types, but I do elect to go for the Psychic just because I don't want to take any of the rough skin damage. But he should give me this Gibble here. Gibble has traded. I'm happy that Gibble has traded for Q-Fan. I'm happy that Q-Fan's traded for Gibble because Gibble is a big threat. So yeah, thankfully the Gibble goes down. Volt Outlet is able to pick up his first KO of the game. So I'm expecting either Grookey or the Fermantis to come in here. Either just Grass type does really well, but if it's Grookey, I will just hard swap out into my Doduo, because I'm probably going to be expecting the Grassy Glide or the knockoff. And of course, if I have my Grassy Seed, I won't be able to take much from a knockoff. But yeah, so we'll see what Orizon wants to go into here. But yeah, great lead for me, great turn for me so far. No rocks is good, and Gibble being dead is even better. So yeah, I am going to go for the Psychic here because he said to me he was Terra Fighting. So this was Terra Fighting and his dog was Terra Dark. So just in case he wants to break early, if he doesn't feel like he needs the extra chip damage on his dog, I'm going to go for the Psychic here in case he wants to go for the superpower, because I do live 1 superpower from full and we will be able to pick this thing off. So we are going to go for the Psychic, and as you can see, that did absolutely fuck all. So that is 100% Assault Vest. So yeah, we do barely live the superpower here, and he did not choose the Terror, which is good for me. So yeah, we are going to mirror her, and we do get the static, which is great. So I'm going to, judging by the fact that he didn't elect to Terror the first turn, I think I'm just going to go for the Ice Punch here, because I don't think he wants to Terror this mon. I think he just wants to get as much damage with this mon as he can, and I think he's going to try and go for the superpower here, or the Leech Life. So I'm actually just going to Ice Punch. So we do predict that correctly. We do manage to kill the little Sprouticus. So Outlet is doing the absolute finest of work, and he's picking up 2 kills so far in this battle, preventing 2 potential sweeps. I mean, the Gibble didn't set up, but it definitely could have set up if I gave it the opportunity. And obviously the Sprouticus did set up. So yeah, Gibble is down thankfully, and Elekid is putting in the finest work. Again, this turn I do expect, because obviously I do have the boost, I do expect to see the, even though I'm low, I do expect to see the Mischief as a switch in, because I'm anticipating that to be Scarf. Anything else doesn't really want to switch in. Yeah, we do see the dog here. I'm just going to elect to just click Volt Switch and just let Elekid go down. I would like to keep it, but it doesn't really beat anything else. I'm in range of Grassy Glide from Grookey, and obviously I don't switch into the any of the mons that are left. So I'm just going to let, if he gives me the chance, I'm just going to go for the Thunderbolt, get some chip off on this Pokemon, and do a fair chunk of damage, and hopefully get it in range of Fake Out from Meowth. But yeah, so he should just elect Terra here, and click Crunch. So we are just going to go for that, which we do see the Terra here. So he is Terra Dark. No, he's Terra Fire, sorry, isn't he? No, he is Terra Dark, I thought so. Yeah, he is Terra Dark. So this Crunch is going to do an absolute fuck ton, and is going to definitely kill my Elekid, even with the boost, because we are in the yellow. But yeah, so Outlook going down there, but Outlook did the absolute finest of work, which is amazing. But now I can just bring in my Larvesta, because I am naturally faster than this Mischief, and I can just go for the freest U-turn of my life. And he also doesn't have a Rocker left either, so I don't have to worry about terroring into a Dragon type just yet, but I will just for the defensive capabilities, of course. So I'm just going to go for the U-turn. Absolutely no fucking way he switches in. This is the easiest Glimmet switching I've ever seen, if you ask me, but that's fine. We can just go into our Tentacle and just force it out again. We do see the hazards here. We do see hazards, which is, I believe, is nickname for his Glimmet. It is, so we're going to see the Glimmet. We're going to switch out. Of course, we're going to get the Toxic Debris up, which is fine, but we can, of course, just go into our Tentacle, because Tentacle does not give an absolute single fuck about this Mon, because Mudshot does absolutely no damage, and we are not bothered at all. Sorry about that, my audio, there was a slight issue with my sound, but yeah, so we are going to be clicking Surf here, because it does absolutely massive damage, and if the Grookey comes in, that is absolutely fine. I can go for the, I am faster, and I can of course go for the Sludge Wave and pick it off, which will be doing a lot of damage. But I do expect him to go for the Mudshot here, because obviously he could think that I'm a bit more offensive, and Mudshot could do a fair chunk of damage. But as you're going to see, Surf does 75%, and Mudshot doesn't even 3-hit KO me. Well, it's a 3-hit. It doesn't 3-hit KO me though. Well, it could if he gets the roll. But yeah, so we get a lot of damage there, and we don't get any bad things in return, because he doesn't get any spikes or anything. So I'm just going to simply go for the Flip Turn. It will kill this Glimmet, and then we will be able to obviously kill it, or he's going to switch out, which he does. He goes into his Grookey, so we are just going to Flip Turn that, and we can bring in our Bird and just do absolutely massive damage. As we do see, this man is also got a big crit there, definitely mattered. We do see he's also Grassy Seed on his own Grookey, which is interesting. I mean, fair enough, I do have, as you can see, a lot of, I have like 4 physical attackers, so I can respect it for sure. Bring it on the Elekid, get a free Grassy Terrain boost, which is very fair. But yeah, so we are just going to elect to go into Doduo here, because we are doing absolutely massive damage. I did debate going for a Sword Stance on the first turn, but I don't live like a Grassy Glide into a Grassy Glide into a hit from Terra Mischief here. So I would, if he went for Grassy Glide, I Sword Stance, he went for it again, I just get picked off by Mischief, whereas I can just Oko this thing from full. I don't have to click Sword Stance, and I can live a hit from Terra Mischief and do a fuck ton of damage in return. So which I see that as a better play. And if he wants to switch out, by all means, bring in the Graveyard. I will knock off that thing's item. But we do see that the Grookey just absolutely gets obliterated by the power. That is the power of Doduo Acrobatics here. As again, we are going to see the dog coming in here now. Of course, we do live, as I mentioned earlier, we do live this hit from full. We do live one Terra Dark Crunch from full. So we are going to clove for the Acrobatics here, and then hopefully quick attack it to revenge it, because this Mon is a big problem. So you see, we are going to just about barely live the Acrobatics, and sorry, just about live the Crunches. He's going to just barely live the Acrobatics. So yeah, we are going to go for the quick attack here. If he chooses to switch out into his Graveyard, I'm not really concerned, because now this thing is in range of Flare Blitz from Terra Larvesta. That is the end game here. It is getting Terra Larvesta to be able to just Flare Blitz and win, because I always have at this moment in time, ironically, this Graveyard is the biggest threat to my team because it still has what I imagine is his Eviolite, judging by the fact that Glimmet was definitely Eviolite, because otherwise it would have absolutely killed it. I do decide I might go into my Alolan Meowth here, but I have no reason to, because he could just freely play rough. He doesn't actually have to click. Well, he can't click Poltergeist versus me because I'm a normal type, so I could actually just lose my Meowth for absolutely no reason here. But so I'm going to elect to just click knock off, remove this Eviolite. So yeah, Doduo goes down here, but Doduo has been an absolute champion, killing the Grookey, weakening this Masstiff, and removing the Eviolite from this Graveyard. Now I'm going to elect to go into my Tentacle here, based on merely on the fact that this is obviously it's my only way to hit it, especially, and it doesn't have as much special defense because it has Fluffy. So Eviolite Tentacle, we should live one Psychic Fangs from this range possibly, and we can get a strong Surf off, which will then put it in range of my Scarf LARVESTA. So as you are going to see, we do elect to go for the Surf, of course, with our Fouster, because this mon is absolutely fucking slow. Again, that does about 30%, which is about right, and then we are going to just about live the we are going to just barely live the Psychic Fangs there, but unfortunately my opponent does have the Shadow Sneak, but that's fine. And now he is in range of my Flare Blitz from my Terra LARVESTA. So we are going to go for the Flare Blitz endgame here, and we are going to be able to hopefully pick up the 2-0 versus Orizon, which has been an absolutely amazing battle, and it's been I've definitely one of my favourite of the season, second close to CJ after this. Of course, we only had 3 weeks technically, but yeah, this has been a good game. It's been back and forth. Again, I think I just really capitalised on the fact that I just didn't want rocks up, because LARVESTA would have taken a lot of damage, and a lot of unnecessary damage, which is definitely for sure. So yeah, we are going to see, thankfully, the Graveyard go down. That mon was a big pain in the arse. So we are going to see the Glimmet and the Masstiff come in here, and hopefully we can just pick off those two mons, and we can get the 2-0. So yeah, we are going to see Masstiff here. It does come in, of course, it's extremely low, but I don't think he knows that we are, obviously he doesn't know at this point that we are Choice Scarf, but as we reveal it just there by being Choice Scarf and killing it with Flare Blitz, the dog does go down, and thank God for that, because that mon was a big threat. I imagine he had Play Rough there, which would have done a lot of damage to the last two mons. And again, last mon is the Glimmet here, which of course we are fast then, because it is not Choice Scarf, because our Tentacle outsped it. So we are going to pick up the 2-0 win and beat Orizon in week 3. So GG's well played to Orizon. And again, this has been an absolutely amazing battle, and this is going to be your coach Blazeman signing off as always. Peace and love, and we'll see you in week 4. Bye.